Video 2.
Okay, so now we're gonna jump into like the different subjects that we're doing for co-op. And these quotes are really just supposed to, once again, kind of concrete in how does this subject look and feel like in the poetic mode, and hopefully bring a little bit more meat to all the philosophy we've been swimming in. So, anyone want to read? Okay.
Just this first little.
And maybe also just to clarify, because I'm not on the group messages. These are the artists that these are the subjects that are being taught
Yes. Yeah.
in POL.
So yeah, so today I'm really gonna concentrate mostly on the subjects that we're gonna split. So like artist study, we're wanting to do Form 1 and Form 2. Shakespeare, we're wanting to do Form 1 and Form 2. And map making, which I don't have a lot on, and to Form 1 and Form 2. I also wanted to go a little bit more in depth. Artist study and Shakespeare, for me, kind of fit into like, you either have a picture or a book that has already been made for you to just read and then give to the students. But solfege, solfa.
Either or, solfege and solfa.
Okay, solfa, map making, folk dancing, those are, and then Paper Sloyd was kind of more a skill-based subject that, I don't know, those are kind of like two different categories for me. So we're gonna experience artist study today, and we're gonna experience solfa today, to kind of hit both of those categories, and then we'll just talk through the rest of the subjects. So that's kind of the rest.
Possible for us to experience folk dancing today.
I know. If only Jen were here.
I've seen videos. I was hoping we'd get to.
Doesn't Kate
Probably.
do it too? Kate's here.
Yeah. Kate,
Okay.
she does not. That is not her passion.
The video with all the kids with her was so cute. If you haven't seen that, it's awesome.
Okay, so just to clarify, sorry. These are the classes that are being taught. And these are what you need teachers for.
Well, I'm gonna go over the need. Should I go over the need now? Would that be more helpful?
That could be good.
I think that'd be helpful.
Okay, great. So we'll, okay. Okay,
Might frame
y'all
the way
can
we think about it.
flip, yeah, that's great. I want to flip to page, I think I put it at the end.
Is it page 10?
Page 11.
Like a good Pakistani. Put your big ass red at the end as we're walking out the door.
Okay, so this is kind of like the new schedule we put together. Form 1, I just don't want to do like younger kids, older kids, and then Charlotte Mason uses Form 1 and Form 2. So Form 1 is the younger students. For us, that's going to be kind of grades 1 to 2. And then, so I've got the Form 1 students listed at the bottom. Oh, y'all's might look a little different than mine because I don't have the teacher description. Okay. Nope, y'all's is page 10.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I didn't want to like waste paper and
Yes.
print it off again for me. Yes,
Got it,
yes.
got it.
So page 10 has the schedule. So Form 1 schedule is basically what we're already doing. So for Form 1 and Form 2, they're still gonna all start off together for Solfa with Miss Liz. And then Form 1 will have artist study, and Form 2 will have map making. Then the Form 2 is gonna be up here in the dining room. Just that logistical thing. Form 2 will do map making first, and Then Form 1 will do map making, and Daniel said that he will do map making Form 1. And then while they're doing that, Form 2 is doing Shakespeare, and that is gonna be me and Justin when baby comes. And then we have our snack time, which Sherry has been so great at continuing to make happen for us. And then the kids will also be together for folk dancing still. And then the Form 1 will have Shakespeare, and Form 2 will have artist study, and then they'll all come back together again for recitation at the end. So I've kind of filled in what we have thus far. Like Liz is teaching both Solfa classes. Daniel is teaching map making Form 1. I'm teaching Shakespeare Form 2. Sherry, I think, is still good for snacks. Okay. And Jen is gonna still do the folk dancing. So the need is Form 1 artist study in Shakespeare, Form 2 map making and artist study. The other need is assistance for each of those, any and every class. And I'll kind of go in. Should I do the descriptions? Okay, we'll just go through.
So anything that's blank.
Yeah, anything that's blank.
So Shakespeare, artist study Form 1, Shakespeare Form 1.
Yeah.
Map making and artist study Form 2.
Yeah.
And then assistance for everything.
Yeah. Oh, and Cassie is willing to do artist study Form 1 or Form 2. So she's signed up to teach artist study, but I had a hard time choosing too. Do I want to do Form 1 or Form 2? And I just chose one. But, and all three of us are willing to do both classes. But my dream would be to have like a Form 1 team that works together and a Form 2 team that kind of works together. So we'll go into the descriptions.
And Form 1 meets downstairs. Form 2 meets up here.
Yep.
Okay.
Form 1 is basically grades 1 to 2, and Form 2 is 3 and above, except for River and Jeremiah, but they'll be leaving soon. So I didn't want Lucas to be all alone with a class of all girls. So I was like, River would be, and I already talked to Jen about pulling him up. So
All the girls that have similar names.
yes, and I was
Yes.
like Helena and Ayana.
Okay, so ideally,
Eliana.
so ideally there's 4 holes right now.
Yeah.
Cassie's willing to fill one of those holes. So ideally, 3 other people in this room would fill a hole.
Yeah.
Own one of those things. And then,
And Emma's open to filling a hole, and Lorinda.
okay,
Well, I don't know about how open Lorinda is, but she is
they're
a
eligible.
able-bodied person that's a part of the co-op.
Okay, great. And then assistance.
Yeah, and then assistance.
Cool. That makes sense.
So these descriptions are kind of just guidelines, like as people have asked, like what time commitment am I looking at? Like, and then as the year has gone on and I've just kind of troubleshooted things, I just kind of threw descriptions together. So,
Are we
someone,
supposed to look at the
I
descriptions?
actually don't have the descriptions on mine, so if someone will read the teacher description and the assistant description, should be on page 11. I think this will be a good framework because as we go through the subjects, you can kind of be, thinking through what you might want to fill. Both, okay, here, take the mic. Thanks for.
POL teachers have lesson plans completed and on the Google Drive document up to 1 month in advance. This would take about 1 hour to do. These plans may be changed or adopted as the term progresses. The night before co-op, take around 10 to 15 minutes to review your lesson plans. Please let parents know any additional or special items that might be needed for class at least 3 days ahead of time. Otherwise, please provide financial details yourself. Reimbursements can be made as the budget allows. Think through how to best use your assistant to help class run smoothly, for you to be able to focus on the things you want to be focused on. Example? Texting your assistant the night before class, telling them to please hand out papers to each student at the beginning of class. Also see your assistant as a guide and help for feedback, encouragement, or to help you work through studies. POL assistant. Assistant is the go-to substitute if the teacher is absent for any reason. They have access to the lesson plans on Google Drive so that filling in can be as smooth as possible. Please familiarize yourself with the subject being taught to the point that you would feel comfortable subbing in with little notice. You are responsible for being at your class before it starts. Feel free to ask your partner/teacher how you could best help if they don't tell you things right away. Be a big support and cheerleader.
Whoop, whoop. We don't put it on the side of your hair. I think it rubs and it's gonna make some noise.
And then it goes down.
You can move
It's
your
fine,
back.
actually, if it goes down, it's fine.
It can go down, okay.
Clip it on your lip.
Your glasses.
I've seen that.
Yours is. No, just kidding.
I feel like really official. I think they're on my glasses. Okay, any questions about those descriptions or?
Well, one question I guess the first class is already the 6th,
Yes.
so we're to have a month.
Yeah.
We're 3 co-ops,
Yeah.
away from the month timeline, so that's.
Me too.
I
Is it
think,
3 co-ops?
I think I could be wrong, like, yeah.
I think we just have nature study and then it's the next
Yeah,
one.
What
so you
I was
have 2
saying,
weeks.
if we're gonna meet the month timeline, for example, we've already passed the timeline for the first 3 co-ops of the first term. If I'm tracking correctly, to have the lessons prepared a month in advance.
I guess what I guess what I mean is like before you start your first class, to have a month of lessons on the drive.
Okay, before you start.
Does that
okay,
make sense?
Up to a month. of
Up
lessons.
to a month of
month
lessons
worth
on the
of
drive.
lessons. Okay, that makes sense.
So like you have 2 weeks to prepare for lessons. 3 lessons,
What
yeah,
is it?
3
Okay,
lessons.
that makes sense. Okay, I thought it was before each co-op, your thing should be ready a
That's
month
what I
prior.
was understanding.
No,
That
sorry.
makes sense, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, now that's clarified then.
I think
So,
So yeah, if the class starts next week, you could take 3 days this week and prepare a month of lessons, and that's suitable.
yes,
Okay.
yeah. So it basically gives your assistant and yourself like wiggle room of you're not coming up. I'm basically trying to avoid people making lesson plans the night before every time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So just having 3 lesson plans at least done before you
I guess it's each month. essentially.
each month, yeah,
Like-
essentially.
Yeah.
In my head, you'd have the whole term done, but I just
Yeah.
didn't know
Right.
that might be a
Which,
lot
how
for
much
people.
is a term technically? How many Fridays?
It would be about 9 lessons.
9 Fridays or 9
It's
lessons.
about
yeah,
9
that'd be great.
lessons. So that's typically what I do. Is I do 9 lessons at a time, and that takes me about an hour and a half. So
Of prep.
of prep at once, at one,
Yeah,
you
for all
know,
9
for
lessons.
all 9
Yeah,
lessons. But I also feel like it also is going to depend on your experience and the subject that you have. Like I think map making is going to be a lot more intense, and it would even take more practice before your lesson. Even like folk dance, like Jen probably has to do the dance herself, you know, before she gives and like Liz,
Yeah.
like she's probably not going to tell you this, but like she looks at the lesson plan on Monday, practices with her kids throughout the week, and then brings it to co-op because it is such a like skill-based, how's this gonna work?
Wow.
And it's her first year teaching it. So like next year, if she starts over with,
I would have a better, I would be able to better plan the lessons in advance.
Yeah,
Because this is
yeah.
my first time. I'm like,
yeah.
hopefully they'll get this.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then and then Solfa is gonna continue to progress, you know, like year 2, you're learning, you're adding on, it's more of a skill-based thing in map making, like it goes up to, I think, 12th grade, so as a teacher, you're continuing to learn new concepts each year that you're wanting to teach it. Whereas Shakespeare, it will stay the same. It does not change. And then artist study, like those also are there and they don't change. And so they just don't take quite as much, in my mind, effort and time. So, yeah, any other questions about assistant, teacher?
Maybe you can describe a little bit of the vision behind why that's going to make all this more effective and sharing responsibility and being prepared.
I'm not totally sure. I feel like it's just a lot more classes. So just having a smoother system. Some kind of smoother system.
Yeah, I think for the sake of the children.
Sense. Yeah. Sake of the children, and then, and it's honestly, a lot of it has been just a learning process of like, we picked assistants at the beginning of the year. I feel like I kind of knew what that was, but I didn't totally know how to hold people accountable. I didn't know, I just felt like everyone wasn't on the same page, and so just a lot of it, I don't know, I had some Fridays where I was like, I'm assisting and leading, there just was like overwhelming things kind of falling on me, which the Lord worked it out every time, like, but there were some weeks of like, I feel like part of it is this baby being a gift to you all, of like, I'm gonna be out, and so I don't need to be in as much as I have been, and so this system is kind of to get everyone involved more, and so things can run smoothly when a lot of us in this life of littles and sickness and, you know, just and overseas life is just very transient. So us all knowing how to help each other and sub and teach is just gonna continue to help it run despite all the changes that come at us. So.
Sounds great.
Okay, hop in. Okay. I think we're doing okay on time. So as we go through these subjects, just
Hold on a second, I'll stop that video.